All right.
Oh,
Welcome to the flying lap.
Welcome to the flying lap.
Flying
Trey.
lap.
Hey, look, we started out the same way that we started out on our first episode. We can't sync up
No, we're
the
not
flying
about
lap
that.
at all.
Out
Not
on
about that
track.
life.
Same way.
Yeah. So we're here today post event number 4, which was at PPIR. PPIR was our dual event where we had our track attack on the first day and we did the time trials on the second day. We went ahead and combined raw times, indexed that, and that's how everything was scored out. We have updated points that we're going to be reviewing today and talking a bit about how we think the rest of the season's going to go and where everybody's going to end up. I'm curious how our opinions align or differ. So,
yeah, Trey. Well, good job on that first video. I really enjoyed watching that. It came together really well with you standing on the corner over there. Yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
Honestly,
watching Ryan rear entry.
Dude, Ryan, you were all over the place like it was a fucking hockey rink and you were just out there trying to hit some pucks or something.
Yeah, it was crazy. The car was not happy. Definitely not as happy as Brandon's car for sure.
Brandon had so much grip that he was like, shit, I'm going too slow. I bet you
know.
by the end of the first day, you were still probably like, there's like at least a second out there.
I wasn't trying to criticize myself too much. I'm sure there was.
That's how I felt after getting the new alignment. I'm driving the car and it's like, yeah, I'm way over braking, but it's really hard to work up to some of those turns when you all of a sudden have way more mechanical grip because you just
okay
naturally.
When it's just a cone, it's a little different.
That's true. Very true. Is there a particular one you guys want to kind of start off with before we share?
I think let's do maybe reverse order of last time. Like I think we started with unlimited, so let's go from bottom to top. Yeah, we'll
start with sport. Trip is gonna love that. He said that we talk too much.
Well,
and these are
he doesn't
long.
talk enough.
Oh.
Can he go fast enough though? Like,
all right.
What are you doing?
I'm gradually sharing things out. So a little bit of housekeeping just to let everybody know kind of what we're looking at. You can tell if you're looking at sport, we're already missing a couple people. I've gone ahead and I've removed anybody where it's not possible for them to qualify for the total end season. So at this point, if you don't have at least 2 events under your belt, there's no possible way that you qualify for the season championship. Sorry. So I've kind of removed you, and I've got everybody labeled based off of their current standing position. Something I want to point out from that perspective is that in some cases, Tripp's leading in first place, but he has 4 events under his belt. So he's got 78 points in total, and Devin Villalobos only has 49. But if you look at this, he's only got 3 events that he's attended. So that will kind of, there's some discrepancies there. So it's not all fair and good. But just bear that in mind as we're kind of looking at these things as well. Those are just kind of the 2 things I wanted to point out before we dig into it.
Well, I would just say by Tripp's average, just doing it in my head there, it's probably about 19.
So he's at 19.5. Good job.
And
Mark Legg's got a 23 average.
So Tripp's max, just by his average, Tripp would go up to maybe 80 if he were to get a couple more points.
Yeah, he could go up another 1.5 points at HPR.
Yeah, so he'd be around 80. Mark, probably going to get those 23s again.
I can't imagine that he wouldn't, but he's not signed up yet, I don't think.
He told me that he was going to do all things.
Yeah, he came up and talked to us at PPIR and really was happy about how everything was going with his group. So I feel like he's going to show up.
Well, if he takes first, and let's just assume that he beats his previous time, that would give him 23. If he doesn't beat his previous time, he won't get it. The best that Tripp can do at this point is a 19. But actually, it can't be a 19 if he gets 23 because Tripp's in the same class, so he would get 18 points.
So we should start right along here and go to Dean. if he shows up some more, I think he's got a solid 3rd place in his hands. I don't really see someone taking that from him, but he has to show up. I don't know why he couldn't participate at PPIR.
So Dean's a firefighter.
Schedule thing, yeah.
He's a firefighter, and he works like multiple, I don't know, days in a row, like nonstop. And sometimes it's difficult for him. Like HPR, he's only going to be there Sunday. So he's at a disadvantage for HPR for sure. But I think this is interesting just looking at these two guys, because this is where I think the third place battle is really going to be. If Mark Legg keeps showing up, like it's up to Tripp to pick up some time. And I don't like, that's just purely balls. And he's got a sim rig. I helped him set it up yesterday. So I expect that he's going to be on HPR training. So we might see Tripp pull something out at High Plains. We already know how fast Mark Legg is. But Devin and Dean, I expect they'll both be there at the same time. And I think this is going to be our big battle for third place, really.
Yeah, I think another thing that's interesting too is I don't know if Dean's got to do any mods to his car, but Devin came out there. He's got himself like a little toony boy, and I think is going to help him pick up some more speed. So when you consider that, like he's got more experience already at La Junta because he did La Junta and the school day, I don't know. That's going to potentially show some promise for sure.
True. Dean's got, I think his suspension's on order. I don't know when it's coming in. I think it's on back order right now. It probably won't be here for High Plains, but maybe by La Junta because we have September off, right?
Is that sport compliant suspension? So he's planning to stay in sport?
Yep. Yep. It is sport compliant suspension that he's looking at doing. Randy Miller too, man. I mean, he doesn't do bad when he shows up. I haven't talked to him. We need to get an interview with him. Maybe he drives the Porsche, doesn't he? It's
drives the Cayman.
It's Cayman.
Like a white one. Yeah. I don't
know. He's super friendly. He might come back out for HPR. So I mean, if you think about it, he's done La Junta already. He's done HPR. He does HPR again in La Junta. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it'll be enough for him, but he did. I didn't realize he was ahead of Devin at La Junta. That's actually kind of that can change stuff around a little bit, you know. We'll see.
Yeah, if he's running that quick at La Junta, yeah.
Yeah,
but I think
third.
Yep, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think Tripp be tripping if he thinks he's going to stay ahead of Legg, but I mean that is, of course, Legg has to make both the next two events, so and that includes La Junta. And I know La Junta is not everybody's favorite, especially if you haven't been there. And I don't know, it'd be interesting. Like Tripp has got the class points there, and so he could go faster and then break his own record. Who had the 23 for sport? Or what's the overall class record for La Junta?
It's I don't know.
Somebody that hasn't been showing up.
I'll tell you in 1 second.
Yeah,
if you guys can keep talking. Well, it's on the flyinglap.net.
Oh man, we can't even afford a .com over here.
Well, Tripp's got all this consistency going on. He keeps showing up and he keeps doing really well. So I can only imagine he's going to keep getting faster.
So the overall class record was a S2. So Tripp has the S1 class record, but the overall, the OCR is Nick Buchanan in Sport 2 with the 56.928.
Yeah, wow. So he has to find like 1.1 seconds essentially. If he can get ahead of that would be pretty nice. Yeah, Nick did that in like basically a stock bet. I think it was like a non-Z06 bet. So
gotcha.
Cool. I mean, he could pick up 2 or 3 more points right there for sure. And then Devin's got the current S3 track record. So it is possible that Devin could even pick up even another point on top of that, or Dean could. It'll be really interesting. And I don't know why. Where's there no S4 record in there? Trey?
I don't know, man.
That's my fault, probably. So Randy might pick up.
I don't know.
He could pick up another point too there. I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see. Cool.
Is Randy? I don't want to go off on a tangent to figure out why that's not there. Now I have to go look at my Sport 4 class.
Especially now that that's just a reminder that my laptop's broke and that hurts my feelings.
Oof. I'm sorry.
So I think that we should talk about Max class next. I'm
doing this whole thing on a Max 5S or an iPhone 5S over here.
I'm moving on. I want to talk about me.
Are you using a skip tuner?
We're going to tuner. We're
going backwards. All right. Let me zoom out.
Tuner. because nobody
I
wants
was-
to listen to us
well-
talk about Max for too long.
That's true. We overdid it. That's why Ryan's here to check us.
Mediate, yeah.
Tuner's super interesting. Sun, I think he just needs to show up. Like he's been doing a good job. He has to show up to defend though, because if you look at the difference between him and Jeff West, there's not much. And
Dude,
if Jeff's
you
got,
look at the results from La Junta, that 3 points is the 3 points difference for that last event.
Mhm.
You know, but his average isn't very good. I don't know. So, you know, like if his minimum, Jeff's minimum is 16, because that's what we're talking about really more than anything is minimums. Like these
Mhm.
guys have 4 points. What are their drops going to affect?
Yep.
Sun can make a huge jump by replacing that 13 with anything like another 20 at
well, realistically,
HPR, and that
he'll
would
probably
just
do 20. 81
Yeah.
makes it tough.
yeah. You know, and so like Sun has got more to gain because he's got 13 at La Junta. He's got a big drop he can drop. Whereas
Yeah,
Jeffrey's lowest point is a 16. So it's not going to be a big benefit for him unless he goes out and actually wins
Mhm.
La Junta or High Plains.
Yep, that's true. Because he's got a like maybe a 2-point swing based off of previous
Mhm.
performance and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and you look at Jeffrey's 16-point score there at High Plains.
But
I mean, if he could do better,
that
I don't know.
I mean that assumes Sun's showing up. I've been harping on people about showing up, and I think that Sun will especially at High Plains. We'll see if he shows up to La Junta, depending on
I
how High
think-
Plains goes.
I think no doubt he'll be HPR and La Junta
Yeah.
maybe not, but we'll find out.
Mhm.
I think if he gets 20 points at HPR, he's going to lock up Tuner. I just don't see. I mean, the next closest person, it could be like a real under. I mean, you might not know about Fustel, but I mean, Fustel's average is like 19 right now,
He's got
and that wouldn't be enough.
He's definitely getting faster and faster, but he has been having a little bit of
Yep,
heat
19.
issues.
Exactly.
well, he
And I don't-
had a head gasket issue at High Plains, which he resolved. But then I think
Okay.
he's got head gasket issues again at PPIR, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Rough.
Yeah, I think he was even saying that too. Basically, the car was getting hot again, which it was
But-
hot at High Plains.
But
Or
he's
not High
one of
Plains,
the
at,
he's one of the ones that's behind in the drops category and the total category because he's missing Pueblo.
Oh, and Ben's still. Are we gonna see Ben, Ryan? Do you think
Ryan?
Hillstar will be ready?
Ryan? Ryan?
I hope so.
Trey
I've
sucks. Oh, look,
prioritized his car
I
and the
just
line
caught
of shit
that.
going on at my shop.
you
Oh,
see
I'm
that
looking
Trey
at it in a
Trey
mini
added himself to the picture.
Did you guys not?
I did see it the first time.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
showed
like,
me
"Will you
that
put this
today."
picture up?" I was like, "It's the same fucking picture." He's like, "No, I made it smoother." I'm like, "No, you didn't." And I'm like, "I put my car in there." Of
course you did.
That is pretty good.
It was Alice is the one that had to catch me. She caught me, and I thought that shit was so funny. You know,
Well,
I
I'm
didn't realize-
looking at Jeffrey and John, second and third right now,
Yeah,
and I don't know if you average them out, and they're gonna tie, unless something. Well, obviously they won't tie, but
Well,
Yep.
it's
that's
interesting.
gonna be
Back
an
to the
interesting
drops.
battle. Yeah.
Back to the drops again, though. John doesn't have a big drop to lose. Jeffrey does have some big drops to lose. He can shave a 16, turn a 16 into an 18, and that's double points. You know, that's
well,
a big
well,
deal. John doesn't have that luxury.
John does have a big drop to lose. He has a 0 to drop.
He has
Well,
1-0,
he's
yeah.
got a, but I mean, if he
has-
puts a 20 in there,
He-
you know
then
what I'm
it-
saying?
then-
I mean,
Then
I
he
don't know.
drops a 0. No matter what John does, he drops a 0 at High
I
Plains.
hate it when you're right. You suck.
Some other things I wanted to point out. Mike McKissick, I think, could really change things by the end of the season, especially considering his personal best performance at HPR in the past. He's run like a 2-minute flat. So he could make up for quite a bit of points at HPR. And if he similarly performs at La Junta, he's in 6th now, but I think that he
Well,
has the highest potential to jump up.
The
out of
question
everybody.
here is, so he's a T1 car, so he doesn't get an index, and can he go fast enough to not be out indexed by Jeff or John or Ben? You know, if Ben shows up, you know, that's where I wonder about it. Because yeah, he ran
I
it
think-
too flat, but these guys might be real close enough to index him still.
It's definitely
And we
going to
don't have
hurt
lap
him
times,
not having that right there, you know? And like this whole PPIR thing, that's going to suck for him because he doesn't get any drops and his low score is already a 13. So when you like look at the other cars, so like let's look who's in fourth. Siraj, he does have some lower scores here. Siraj is in fourth, so he does have some lower scores there. Who else we got? Who's in fifth? Ben.
Yep.
So
He
Ben
doesn't have any
could
drops.
actually hold on to it pretty good for fifth.
Yeah, but you've got but their average is the same. A 15 and a 13 and a oh no wait, Ben's got a higher average. I'm dumb. Sorry.
So yeah, his average is 14 or 15, and Sean's average, who's Michael McKissick, is 14. Yeah, so I mean Ben has to make it to these next two events and beat the average there, right? Oh shit, he's not even going to beat shit. Yeah, so he needs to make these two events here. Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. I don't know. Ben could really, as far as like, I don't know if he can make it for third. So I think the podium is going to be pretty locked in between John, Jeffrey, and Sun. I don't see anyone else on here that's really going to challenge that.
Unless they don't show up, because before we started touching all these numbers, Ben has 2 zeros, and so does I guess no, they've shown up plenty. So John's the only one who has a missed event out of those 3.
Yeah, he makes one more and he's locked in. Now, whether he's going to be first, second, or third is going to depend on how he does at these two events here. But he looks like he's got a pretty good average. So the top 3 are definitely going to be these two. So John, the next question is,
Jeff, come out. Son, come out.
Yeah, the next question comes down: what if Ben can get his car together? What's fourth place going to look like? You know, what's fifth place going to look like? I think that's going to be it'll be cool to see how the battle goes down a second, because that could really come down to these next 2 events for sure.
Yeah. Second will be big. I'm interested as well in the Alice Thomas one. Honestly, Alice, she gave up some time though, because she only came to one of the days at PPIR, so she has half the points there. But Thomas also has got something under his sleeve. I know Thomas has ran a 57 at La Junta before, which is stupid fast, but that was with his M2. So he can perform with a higher power car, and he just got a new tune on his M3. So I'm curious how he's going to do now with maybe a bit more power in that BMW.
Yeah, it's definitely some steep competition. He's got some big drops he can lose, like that 6 right there. But, I mean, he's only going to be able to really drop one more, so he has to have a really good performance next couple of days. But it's going to be interesting to see if his son comes out, see how that shakes out, and if
Siraj.
Siraj. Yeah, see if Siraj can come out. He's got a pretty big drop there on that 11, and if he can get these next 2 dialed in, I mean, could put him in that contention for that. I mean, he's in fourth right now, but put him in contention, like really lock himself into that 4th place spot.
Yeah.
I really need to get Ben Martin's engine put back together so he can just come in and fuck that up.
Just do something. Alice, though, too, I mean, Alice has really
these 2.
She's got really low numbers, but a lot of that is just due to the new child that's been on the way, right? I mean, what she ran at La Junta, that's not even a competitive day. And Pueblo, she came out and blew her turbo like first lap, you know. So it's not like, and she had the baby like a week before she came out to Pueblo. She was pregnant at La Junta, and then she had the baby just before Pueblo. This was the first event that she really got to try out the car, and she performed really well. She's got 14 points, but because she just came for one day, it got halved. So, I mean, she could make up quite a bit at High Plains and La Junta for the tail end of the season, for sure.
It's a shame she didn't come out for track attack, because she's actually pretty good at track attack too.
Yeah. I wonder if she had something going on.
Maybe.
Well, tuner class, I think it's going to be exciting to see what ends up happening, but I think we all have our suspicions on first place there.
Yeah.
I think first is locked in. I don't think John. You really think John could topple Sun for first? Like, that's really like, could that be a thing? It could be a thing, dude.
He's got a small index, so I don't think so.
If he can beat Brad Quartucio's time, which was fucking fast, he can beat Brad Quartucio's time at La Junta, dude. That's a 23 right there.
I don't think he's going to do that. I think Sun's going to show up and maybe run a 20 here. And I think Sun might, depending on that, not even show up to La Junta with just a solid lead. I really don't think Fustel can run. What was it, like a 54.9 or 54.8
Yeah.
that he ran?
54.9, yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
it's fast. I think that he can run an 18 here, and maybe he can pull in a 20 here, which isn't very far off, but I don't know. It's gonna be really hard to beat Sun.
You're blocking.
Even with the 23, yeah. Even with the 23, he's not going to do it, you know?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Nope.
Even with the 23, he can't do it.
Mm-hmm. Damn, hats off to Sun. So, yeah, it's going to be that second place battle right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Between those two,
congratulations, Sun. Yep.
There'll be a battle for 4th, and I think there'll be a battle for, I don't know, maybe 7th and 8th between Robin, Alice, and Thomas.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, it's time to talk about ourselves a little bit, Trey.
I've been waiting all night for this.
Here's a question, Trey. Are you going to try and borrow a car for High Plains or not? I mean, I know you were talking about maybe Kevin's car, but I know he's kind of feeling under the weather.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the goal. Like I was going to go with Dean, but Dean's going to show up on Sunday, and I can't be there Sunday. My wife's got a triathlon, so I'm going to be over there with her. So Kevin reached out to me, said, hey, you know, I'd like you to run the car just to see what it can do. And I was like, cool, I'd be down for that. So, but it just depends on how he's doing. He's got some stuff going on, and he may or may not show up. I don't have any other major offers. If I can't find a co-driver for High Plains, I'm probably not going to go at all. I will just hang out with the wife in Denver and support her for her triathlon. So if I can make it happen, I'd love to. I think it would be a load off my shoulders to not worry about the rest of the season if I can get just enough points and then kind of maneuver them around to see if no one can catch me. And
I'm pretty sure you just have to go to La Junta, Trey.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just over here looking at this like, Rich, you gotta move out of my way.
Rich, that's me. That's me, man. You got Brandon. He's out of your way. You got 61 points.
I'm talking about going forward, though. I got to make sure I stay out in front of him.
You definitely do. I think you've got a battle. You have a battle in front of you because Index sitting at High Plains, because you need to go faster, and Rich needs to stay the same. And Rich got new tires, and you got new tires. You'll go faster, but I think he might also go faster. High Plains is going to be a tough one for you.
Those two right there, man. I mean,
I'm just sitting here stressing out. Yeah.
Some drops right there.
Well, he's got drops. He has a 2-point swing on you. Yep. If he places one above you, if he gets first and you get second, that's a 2-point gap, but he'll drop something that has 2 points less. So he's got a 4-point gap on you. If he places one above you, he will tie you for the season, and it's going to come down to La Junta and your average.
Hell yeah.
Which is going to be dope.
Well, the wild card there is who else is showing up. You know, they might not be here for the championship or anything, but they could mess up the points.
So he's not on here, but Aziz with that GT3. If he gets if he for some reason gets in between you guys, that drives the wedge even further, because now you have another 2 points difference between you. And instead of like if Rich places above you, he's going to get 4 points on you. And then if Aziz gets between you, Rich is going to get 6 points on you. And that's going to hurt for La Junta. I think you have the most to lose here, which I'm telling you now because I know all it's going to do is motivate the hell out of you. Because I saw how you did it at PPIR, getting down to the 101s.
It was super exciting. I feel like that weekend I did really good, actually. I was really proud of myself. So
I knew, like, man, when you did it, because you were running one, and then who was it? Adam. He got in front of you before the chicane of the cones, and I was like, dude, that was a 101 right there when you passed by. So you pulled into the pits, and I was like, dude, that was a 101. Go do it again, and then you did it like twice.
Didn't that put you as like fastest overall? Oh, there was that damn Adam.
It was Adam.
Out there.
It was Adam.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe he got in my way because like he was 2 seconds faster than me.
Yeah, it was weird. I paid Ryan to pay Adam. I was like, I need
That
help.
lap would have been much faster because I was on his lines and that was helping me. And afterwards I was just like, my car is hot, the tires are hot, but I
It's
still
true.
did it. So I was happy.
It's true. If anything, it leaves room for you next year to beat your own goal, your own score. Time.
PPIR, man.
Yep.
So right now Ricky's holding in a 4th place, huh?
Yeah, man. And Ricky, dude, I mean, this guy's gonna get like the most improved award, I think. You think about his high plains improvement from what his best was a 213, and he came down to like what, a 204 between just 2 events. Like he could be dangerous for real in the
I
near
couldn't
future.
catch him. By the end of the day, I couldn't catch him on that reverse grid. It was really hard.
Yeah. Compared to, and I barely caught him. I caught him and got ahead of him. I mean, maybe a car length, and I was like, okay, finally, I did it. The big thing too is like, so Ricky, look at his drops, man. He's got an 8 here. He's got 2 10s. Like if you're going to compare it to what Dustin Neal might be able to do, Dustin Neal's drops are 2 12s and a 0.
Yeah.
So
I don't expect Dustin to high plains though.
Yeah.
Dustin's gonna put that all out on La Junta if he can with the turbo gone again.
Is Nick showing up to HPR?
So he's
a little birdie might have told me that when he was asked by NASA if he was coming out this weekend, he said, why would I go out to NASA when it's half the price to run with SCCA? So he might
He just likes
he might
turning
be
laps.
in the mood to over here. He does.
We'll see.
Working on the car. I mean, they were out there for 3 hours trying to set his car up.
I mean, he did he got a 19 last time he was at HPR, which could definitely squeeze in between me and Rich as well again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It all depends on who shows up to this one for Max class. It's going to be crazy.
Dude, even Tattershaw could get in there, and he could mess this battle up here between Ricky and Dustin. You know, he might play blocker for Dustin Neal, just throwing it in there, because you look at his high plains performance here versus Ricky's. I mean, that was definitely getting in there.
Even Kevin. So our first event, he got an 18.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he played pretty fast.
So the thing about Kevin there is, I think he did so well at La Junta because he had a school day at La Junta, and then he had 2 days of competition at La Junta. Pueblo, he had like 1 day, and that was his first time there. High Plains, he had like 1 day, and it was like his first day there. So High Plains for Kevin here could be totally different. And La Junta, I expect that he will do just as well, because he did La Junta over here on like all season tires too. He's gonna go faster. He will go faster. And that makes it difficult to call like what's gonna happen down here. I don't even want to talk about this because I just want to get to this point, because then it all gets like really, really crazy and interesting.
All right, you're stressing me out. I think we need to move on. Really am I'm giving everybody their max numbers over here. I'm like, crap, I just have to perform for sure and show up and not have my car break. So
yeah. Oh man, that's super
no
funny.
pressure, right? No pressure.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to Unlimited.
On this screen.
This one, I think, like there's just 5 of you, man. Unlimited is just such a bare class. I hate that.
Come on, man.
I hate that.
Ryan's gonna get like some
Canelli's
10s.
over here.
Everybody's gonna beat Ryan. So
go ahead and
Daryl,
put
man.
some 10s in there for me.
Daryl, look at Daryl. If we just base it off averages, Daryl's average is 20, and Ryan's average is 19.25. 19.25. 19.25.
He is
2020.
signed up.
Dang, look at that, Ryan. He wins by half a point. Oh, shit.
Is it really that close? That is some backed up shit right there, man.
That's if I just put your averages in there. Logan, though, was the one surprising. So I had to take Logan's time that he ran at La Junta.
Yeah.
And then I just threw him in there as Unlimited 1. So he didn't really get an index, but that gave him 14 points. And sure enough, man, he jumped in front of Adam Wood.
Adam Wood, you're probably not listening to this because you don't know how to use social media, but you just need to get in there, bro.
Where has he been? Where was he?
He's in, what does he live in, Taos?
Yeah, something like that.
No, No, he lives in worse than that. He
Oh,
lives in
Farmington.
like just south
Farmington.
of Durango. Yeah,
Farmington.
yeah, but his schedule's been hella fucked.
Yeah.
But because of he actually did pretty good at High Plains. So you can get back to High Plains again and drop a 16 in there. And then Logan, I guess he's still at 14. That's gonna put him squared up right there. Like if they like mashed it, that puts him squared up. So that'll come down to if they both show up for HBR.
Well, what's their averages at that point? Adam's got a 12 average and a 12 average. It's identical. Yeah. Yep.
I feel like Adam's locked in for that third place finish.
Second place.
What?
That's who's gonna. Oh no.
Brandon's right.
Brandon's right because I think Daryl's a shoot. If Daryl shows up, man, this guy's gonna jump from fourth to second. You're right, Brandon.
Yeah, I think so.
What's the overall track record's not beatable, huh? That was set by you know who else is registered for Unlimited that's gonna fuck with everybody? Devin Riker. New to the changing table here.
What did Devin run? What he ran last year?
157.3. So he's got the current Unlimited track record right now.
Okay. But he's ran faster than that in NASA, right?
Yeah, but and he'll be on Hoosiers and stuff too. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if I can outdrive old Devin. I'm gonna have to get some Hoosiers coming. You know, I'm gonna have to get tires, right? Beeps and the boops. I got some tires, but if it's a hot day at La Junta, or if it's a hot day at those two tracks, I'll be good with these tires I got right now. But they like heat. They're like 230-degree tires. It sucks.
And you can barely get them lapped in sometimes.
You think?
Yeah.
You think Jed will show up with the old Hayabusa motor and that little dipper for High Plains?
I don't know. Maybe.
That'd be incredible to see.
Turbos. He's going to be building new cars. You know that?
Oh yeah, shorter, sexier ones, right?
Yeah, he's got ideas on some new things that he wants to do. He was asking me today about the axles on Subarus, and if the fronts were the same as the rears and left were the same as the rights. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's the STIs. That's why they're called symmetrical all-wheel drive. The drive shafts are all the same.
No.
Symmetrical.
But he's asking about it, so it makes me wonder why.
Maybe he's gonna make. So you're telling me I have to beat the class records for both these classes for Unlimited to even?
No. Because I put in. I mean, if one of y'all gets first and one of y'all gets second, you know what I mean? That's just it is what it is. But if he gets first and you get second, and he gets first and you get second.
Well, you're both in the same class.
Then you lose out.
And I feel so. Daryl did beat you last time. He dropped down under 2 minutes, but you didn't. You were still in the twos, right?
Yeah. It ran like a 2-minute 0.3 or 2-minute 0.8.
It's just really up to you guys then. You know,
I feel like that track record, the U2 record is beatable. It's a 158.4, and Daryl was about 1.3 seconds off of that. So if anyone's going to break the U2 record, I think it's going to be me. Nothing against Daryl. That's just I'm just looking at the track records for points. You know, so if I can run that, there'd be an extra point. And do that for 10 and Devin.
Well, then you're done. There's no way he can catch you at that point. If you just participate. Well, no, if he ran a 23, you'd lose. If he got 23, that's the only way you could lose at La Junta. So you just roll them dice.
So what's the La Junta track record? I'm looking at it. So he has to beat the Unlimited track record, which is Corey Ross with a 54 flat. I don't know that he's going to beat that. So I really need to win and beat my record at event at High Plains to seal it. And then if I do that, I'm sealed, right? Is that what you're telling me?
That's what I'm telling you. Yeah. If you can get is that the overall class record? That's not the overall class record. You have to beat Devin Rikers to get the overall. Yeah. So if you just beat the Unlimited 2 and he just got the 18, then I mean you're pretty set at La Junta. You don't have to worry about it unless he just comes in and demolishes everything. If he can get an overall class record, then you're done at after La Junta.
I do have some sketchy news to report. I haven't pulled the Super Type car out because I'm scared that the engine's really broken. That last session I was driving, the car was down like 10 or 15 miles an hour on the top end, and it was running ragged. So I'm hoping it's just leaded fuel problems and not anything else. But I might be struggling to even, like, if I get 18 points at HPR, I mean, it would be nice to get that 21 and just lock it in for La Junta and not have to do La Junta.
Was it?
I don't know.
Is that even wise?
I don't know.
If you go out there and run that, well, I'm just saying, like, if you're 15 miles an hour short on a straight, you're not beating a class record here. And maybe you're not beating, maybe you're running an 18 and he's got the 20 and you've got a blown motor. So you don't even show up over here, and he runs a 16 and he an 18, second place, and he gets you. So you got a broken motor and you lose. It would be wise. It would be wise for you to figure that out, like scope it, and then come back and just crush it at La Junta with a win, and then you win by 1 point.
The upside too is I only have to beat my record for you too is the existing record, which is a 55.3, which on fresher tires it definitely could do.
Yeah, and realistically, if Devin's there, maybe Daryl won't even take first at High Plains if you're not there. He'll get an 18. If you can just come with a win for La Junta, once you figure out the motor stuff, if he gets a second, you beat him by 3 points.
What if Daryl has 20 though? What if he has 21 on High Plains?
Oh, if he has 20, you think he's going to beat Devin?
I think he could with the index
and the class record.
And he has to beat my class record, right?
That's tied.
It's changing everything, just moving these around a little bit.
At that point, it's about averages there. So we'll just so he's got these two and these two.
I really don't know if he's going to be at La Junta, guys.
So there's 19.75 for him, and you've got 19.4.
Oh my God.
But if you really think he wouldn't show up for La Junta just to end the season? Like, if he just doesn't, like, all he has to do is show up and like run a lap, and then at least he gets
maybe
placed.
If he knows about this stuff, but I don't know if he looks into this.
Hey, he knows the website. He's watching that shit.
He'll be at HPR, and if one of you slippery snakes tell him like, "Hey, Ryan's not running his car because he thinks the motor's hurt," that might be enough for him to really capitalize. Because
this video, somebody just does something real mean and shows up and like messes with you guys, and
this video
takes class record and everything, and you guys, this could get messed up all kinds of ways.
What if Savannah Little shows up in Max and wins Max, and you guys get doubly fucked?
Bro, she can't. She doesn't have it.
How's that a Max car? Doesn't even have it a stock.
It is a Max. She's like a Max. She's like a Max 2 car, but it's broken, and she only came in after the second half of the season, so she can't qualify for it. That's why we're not talking about Aziz as much as we should.
She could still fuck up Brandon Oglesby's points, and he gets 4th place behind Jeffrey Tattershaw.
That's true.
No, not happening. True. I'm gonna come out and do a 156 at HPR.
Damn, that would be fucking sick.
We'll see.
Fuck. That's good stuff, man. I think the next one's gonna be a short call. Just because it gets so much easier when there's so little to talk about. It's just who's gonna run what.
I think we should get some more people in on that one. It'll be a little bit funner.
We should get some mad shit talk going on.
Talking.
Yeah. We need people that are sitting like first, second, third, the people for the battles, and just like, go. I'll just let them talk. No one's a lot of, maybe Rich will talk shit, but who else talks shit? Ben talks shit. Son's not going to talk shit.
I definitely need some British accent in my life. Miss the guy.
Yeah.
Son doesn't have a British accent.
I said
he's Asian.
Who said?
No, I'm choking. I'm being bad. Hell yeah.
Well, it's been real, guys.
Yeah, man.
Fun. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Lap. Yeah.
On the flying lap. On the flying lap.
2, 3.
All right.
The flying lap.
Shit.